All right, we are back. Welcome back to our podcast. We are continuing our procrastination series, and today's on when possibility turns reality into pain, abuse, and misery. So I am excited. Hey, Ashley.
Well, hello.
Thank you for joining us. So when you think about procrastination, right? It's when we say we do stuff, we say we're gonna do something, but we don't do it, right? We put off our goals, we put off our dreams, that side hustle, the business, the glow up, all those things, right? But what about the procrastination that we don't talk about? The kind that's not just costing us opportunities, it's the kind that costs us everything. And I'm talking about your peace, right? Your peace is gone, your safety compromised, your sanity is hanging by this little tiny thread. And sometimes, I really hate to say it, sometimes it costs you your life. And today we're going to go there. We're going to go there today. We're going to go to a place where it may make some people feel a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. We're going to talk about what you really need to hear, especially when it comes to procrastination, when you're in a relationship, whether it's you married or you are engaged or you are in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. There's some things that happen that you have to make some tough decisions, right? Because sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, we start really operating on that hope. So if I could ask a question just really quick. So when you think about the person that you may have fell in love with a long time ago, not the person standing in front of you or around you, right? But that person when y'all first met, the one who made you smile, the one who paid attention, right? The one who made you feel seen, made you feel special. That's the person you fell in love with. But here's what happened. Somewhere along the line, you start falling in love with their potential because hey, life happens, situations happen. So you start falling in love with the potential of who they are. And all of a sudden, it's a little different. You have this hope, you have this desire to see you stop falling in love with the actual person and you start falling in love with the actual potential of who that person could be. And I'm going to pause just for a moment. I'm going to toss the baton over to Andre.
Well, hello, Nisha. Thank you for joining, and thank you for everyone that will be here shortly. So, procrastination. And as you were talking, I thought about a question. How does it feel? How does it feel when you have a feeling when your intentions no longer have permission because you're stuck? Because you don't know what the next move should be, how to make the next move, or if you should make the next move. How does it feel to be stuck? And on the inside, you know there's something you could be doing, should be doing, or should have already done. Whether it be relationship, whether it be your own goals, dreams, your own life. But how does it feel to be stuck inside? Does it feel like trauma? Does it feel like conflict? Does it feel like an internal struggle? What are you going through? What are you thinking about? And at the end of every day that we've been blessed with, how does it feel to know that you did nothing with it? So those are just some questions I was thinking of when you were speaking on just different aspects of what procrastination can do to you. Your health, your strength, your relationships, your environment. It can be a powerful thing if you allow it to be. And it's all about not achieving, not accomplishing, or not even making decisions that are to better yourself or your life or your conditions or your circumstances.
Yeah.
So,
I think about sometimes I don't think we put the words, associate the words to the stuckness. So I think about, it sounds like, well, maybe after we get out of this stressful situation, everything has changed. Or once we get a bigger place, maybe we need to wait it out a little bit. Let's get a bigger place, and then things are going to change. Or when the kids get older, then we have some time to really get it together. Or it may be one person or another. It could be a male or a female waiting for the other person, and you say to yourself, maybe if I just continue to support them, they'll feel the support, they'll change. Or we didn't challenge ourselves and say, I need to be just a little bit more patient with them. Because what happens is the maybes is pushing your life into a future that may never come. Now it may, but it may never come. And that maybe is what you were just talking about. We're trading it in to who they are for what we wish they were. Think about that. Because if you've been in a situation in a relationship and things haven't changed, and you've waited and you've talked about it and all these things, and it now has started to become abusive, in a way that you no longer even know who you are. You have lost your identity, right? So you don't know who you are, and you're operating in this space, and if this person just really knew all the things that they, have potential to become. If they just can see what I see, if they could just see how God sees them. We throw all this stuff out there, but until they see it, until they want to change, we gonna still operate the same.
Same.
Yep.
So you ever ask somebody, how you doing? How's it going? How you been? And they tell you, same old. What are they really saying?
Yeah.
And if you say that, what are you really saying? Could we replace that same old with compromise? Could we replace that same old with settling? Could we replace it with just gave up? Not gonna worry about it anymore. It is what it is. Life is life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we can translate that same old into, because that means we've accepted it. Now, sometimes the same old can be great.
Yeah.
If something has, going good in your life. But a lot of times it means just the opposite. Because we get so tired of trying or hoping or wishing somebody would change or something would change or our lives could get better. So we just settle down in a place of complacency.
Yes.
And we get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's a bad place to be.
Yes.
So we have to continue to try. We have to continue to keep our minds focused. We have to broaden our view. Sometimes our lens is so tight. Even when someone comes and shares knowledge with us, we won't even receive it. Because we only can see what we want to see.
That's good.
We only believe what we want to believe.
That's good.
We only can reason how we reason.
Yes.
And then you never know what God may send a message. But because you have been so programmed and you built something to protect yourself so you can get through what you're in or protect that person you're in it with, you won't hear the other person. You always have a comeback for what they say.
Yes.
Well, maybe this is because of this. Well, no, because it's always something else. Or it's always the same old that you're going to give people when they come with something different.
Yeah.
And that makes people not want to share knowledge with you, not want to share wisdom with you, when they can see from the outside what it really is. But because you're in it and because you've settled down in it, you become comfortable. And that's what you desire to have every day.
Yeah.
And that's your choice every day.
Yeah. I think about that. And sometimes, again, losing ourselves in Not even recognizing what other people are seeing, because we've been in a situation for so long. We become, to your point, comfortable, complacent, and we say this is just how it's going to be. So you just sit and suck it up. Let me tell you something. We're going to talk about the real cost of staying in relationships. It costs a couple things, and I kind of jotted this stuff down. It costs your identity. You start changing who you are to keep the peace. You stop wearing certain clothes. You stop talking to certain people. There are some people that will isolate you, and you won't even have no friends. You won't have no family. You all by yourself. And I have a perfect example of that. My oldest sister, who is no longer with us, rest up, Carolyn. She was dating this person, and this person had isolated her into this town, this hick of a town. I was like, ain't nothing there. But she was there, and she was all alone. Now she had different friends here and there, but this person kept her so isolated where she just didn't have the support system that she really needed to push through and get out of a situation. So you stop posting certain things. You stop being yourself because it's easier to shrink than deal with that person reaction, right? You look in the mirror one day and you be like, hold on a minute. Who am I? Because the person I used to be is not who I am right now, because what happens is people chip away at you. They chip away, especially when, it's a little toxic, I'll say. It costs you your mental health. And that's important, right? You get anxiety, depression. You constantly walking on eggshells, like, oh, I don't want to say nothing. And then there's that hyper vigilance. It's that what they call you monitoring their mood. I want to make sure he okay. Man, you monitoring their tone, their body language. The minute they may not say nothing, or maybe it's a look. Now you like, oh shoot, man, now I gotta prepare myself. Oh, what's gonna happen? What they gonna say? Their body language is something you're monitoring because you're trying to like predict what's coming next. It costs you your physical health. I don't think sometimes we correlate that physical health and mental health is impacted by the relationships that we're in. And if you don't have a healthy relationship, let me just tell you, it's going to show up as some headaches, the migraines you got. Why you got the migraines? It's going to show up as stomach issues. You got the bubble guts. Ooh, my stomach always hurting. High blood pressure. You can't sleep. Panic attacks. The way your body is reacting to saying, I'm not safe, right? Your mind is trying to get your attention. Your people trying to get your attention, but you ain't listening. But your body is keeping score. It's trying to tell you something. And the last thing I'm going to say on here, I'm going to pass it to you because you may have some other things that it costs. It costs you your support system. And Andre talked about this a little bit, where people just stop telling you what they see because you ain't listening no way. Mm-hmm. So all those things come at a cost. And I'm going to turn it back over to you to see if you want to add anything else. I may be missing something. I do see a comment in the chat, so I'm going to lean into that.
Is that
Celia?
Well, all right.
She said, shaking my head definitely comes and affects your physical and mental. So physically and mentally, it's going to affect you. It takes a minute for you to come out of that that way of living, even after you came. Let me tell you, it is hard because you get out of a situation, right? But you still got to deal with the damage, right? I'm going to toss it over to you, Dre.
Deal with the damage.
Yes.
I just want to say, Celia.
We love you.
We love you. We miss you. Thank you for joining. It's so much tied into procrastination, and sometimes it's connected to fear. It's connected to not just fear of making decisions that you know is best for you, But it's the fear of not being okay. I guess I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to sound too graphic, but some people are fearful for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they want to make decisions they should make.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to make. They've been threatened. They've been abused physically,
Mm-hmm.
verbally, mentally.
Mm-hmm.
They've been told that nobody else would want you. They've been told all these things to manipulate and control their minds to the point where they believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they've been alienated from people, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying, you don't have to work. I'll take care of everything.
Mm.
Sounded good in the beginning.
Mm.
Told all your friends, I got a man to take care of me.
Mm.
Not knowing
Mm-hmm.
it was all a control tactic.
Yeah.
So now when you want to leave, what are you leaving with? You have nothing.
Yeah.
Because he made sure of that.
Yeah.
Or she made sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you want to leave. Now you feel like you have nothing. There's that fear again.
Yep.
I'm not going to be okay. Me and my kids not going to be okay. He's providing everything. She's providing everything. Now we have to stay. Then you make a list of at least he's and at least she's to make you feel better about being there. You try to find so much good, knowing the bad outweighs that. But you have to find some comfort and stand, because now you have nothing to leave with or nowhere to go to.
Yeah.
Because it was set up that way.
I want to just piggyback off of the fear of being alone and what you said. They will set you up in a way where you're so dependent on them that you don't see yourself without them, that you actually start tying your worth to being chosen. Like that's a darn prize. It is not. I will tell you that. Listen, Celia also put something on there. It's definitely connected to fear of the outcome, fear of disappointing people. Listen, you're going to be disappointed every single time. Absolutely not. Them people not living your life. Fear of what people going to think. This is the thing that gets us, though. We get so consumed with what people going to think. Listen, and one of the things it costs is time. You don't get time back. You can't go back 10 years and do it over. Your birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, all them pain, those years of pain instead of having joy. We sitting up here being miserable. Why? Absolutely not. I'd rather sit in a homeless shelter and have me and my babies and we got something to eat and I ain't in that toxic situation. Because here's the thing, fear will put us in a position where we won't move. We fear starting over. For what? Like, God did not give us the spirit of fear. And that's my favorite scripture. And I use that all the time. He gave me a spirit of a sound mind. So I got this mind to make sure that, hey, I'm going to do it. Even if I got to struggle for a little bit, because I also go back to Jeremiah 29:11. My God got plans for me and they good. And I can do all things, not some, not a little bit, but all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when I started reading down the scriptures, like, hold up, that just encouraged me. That just strengthens me. What fear? What? Fear what they'll do if you leave. What you gonna do? And that is something that we hold ourselves to. And then to Andre's point, we start making these excuses of why we need to stay. And then we start justifying. They start justifying and believing the lies.
Go ahead.
You want to say something?
You said lies.
Mm-hmm.
It triggers something.
Yeah.
Now, some people are honest about who they are.
Come on.
Some people are honest about what they're willing to do, what they're not going to do, what they're willing to give, how much, or if they're going to give it. So why is it that people stay and upset with the person when they don't seem to get right the way you want them to? When they've already explained to you who they are, how they are, what's going to be, what's not going to be. They didn't lie to you, but you stay in this relationship and you're expecting something different when the truth has already been spoken. But you think because of who you are, you can change them. You can change what's been spoken. You can change their heart. You can change what they've already said and decided in the choice they've made. So when you cause yourself the grief, you blame it on them. When they say they're not ready for commitment the way you are, they may seek attention someplace else, put it that way. You lied to me.
No, they didn't.
No, the problem is
pride. Pride.
The problem is you get mad at a person that you say they lied when you lied to yourself first.
Come on, somebody.
And thinking that it's something that's not. So you caused yourself a lie to live by thinking outside of what they already said to you. I
want to jump in real quick because what we do, and I'm going to talk from a woman's perspective because I don't know about men, but I'm going to talk about from my perspective. I've been there. Been told the truth, what the person was. But again, to Andre's point, because I'm who I am, listen, you ain't had me yet. So in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, if I can show him X, Y, and Z, I'm going to change his mind.
So you're saying I wasn't okay before I knew you? That's what the Bible used, before he knew her.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, you're lying to yourself. And I say the best advice, if somebody, especially if it's a person that you're in a relationship with, if they telling you and being honest and transparent with you up front and saying, this ain't what I want right now, this is not where I am right now, believe them. Stop trying to force them into something that you want them to be. Because all you doing is creating misery for yourself. And here's the kicker. And I hope you hear me when I say this. Because what happens is when you put yourself in that situation, your children are watching you and they are learning that this is what love is. This is what it looks like. And we don't pay attention to that. We set up in these relationships that can be toxic, how we talk to each other, and we dealing with all this stuff, and our children are watching. And what they looking at their parents like, man, this is example. This is what it's gonna look like. And what it could cause is some people will be like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm gonna go out there and do whatever I need to do. I don't want to be in no marriage. I don't want to be in no relationship. Or it could tell people this is acceptable. And I'll go back to what the seasoned women used to say back in the day. Used to say a piece of man is better than no man at all. Girl, that's all men. All men cheat. You better stay with him, girl. He fine. They tell you all this stuff. And then we sit in it because the example that we had was stay in it. Even if he treats you like, and I'm talking from a man's point of view, there are some women that do this on the opposite side. So don't think this is one-sided. So put that disclaimer out here. I'm talking from my experience of what I have heard. It's, why would you leave? He paying your bills. He taking care of you. So you sit in this because it's the example of what you've seen or what you've been taught, and you don't know no better. But listen to us. Do not allow these situations to get you bounded and stuck. You have more to offer, and procrastinating whether I should stay or go, the longer you stay in it, the harder it's going to be for you to leave.
And this is not even just about relationship. It could be a job, a career.
True.
It could be a ministry. It could be a school.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything. When it's time, it's time. You know, so it's not everything's a relationship. You relate to everything that you're in, that you're involved in.
Mm-hmm.
A space, whatever it may be. So we have to get to a point where we choose to do what's best for us sometimes. It's okay to choose you sometimes.
It is.
It's okay to be a little selfish sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we always try to please other people. We always try to make sure we look right in the eyes of those who love us. And one thing that really gets to me is somebody said, yeah, 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 in your mama's voice and Sister Omikio's voice. Well, all right. One thing that really gets to me is when people help people and then try to control them because they helped them.
Oh, say that again.
When people help people, Christian people I'm talking about, proclaimed Christians, when they help people and they use it to control people, to manipulate their minds into doing what they want them to do, being who they want them to be, moving how they want them to move. And you wonder why in life you can't find your own flow. Because that spirit won't let you go. You got to find a way to break away from it.
Yeah.
You got to find strength in God to do as God is leading you.
Yeah.
Never let somebody control you.
Yeah.
Because if they won't help, if they won't be your support, family, friends, whoever it may be, if they don't agree, then you don't stand with them. They can't stand in agreement. Move away from it. Always follow the word of God, the purpose of God, the will of God for your life.
Yeah.
They say misery loves company. Sometimes they don't want to see you grow. Sometimes they don't want to see you go. But you have to live your life.
Fantasia said, free yourself. That's right.
Well, all
free
right.
yourself. Because here's a kicker. Now I need you to hear me when I say this. You cannot love somebody into changing. You cannot weight them into wellness, and you cannot sacrifice yourself into their transformation. So relationships are hard, especially when you love somebody. I mean, like really, like sometimes that love be like blind love, especially if you never received it before. And I will say sometimes what happens is what we experience, and I'm just going to give an example of some women may have some daddy issues. So they connect to someone and they might not be the right person for them. They can be abusive, but they will stay because I'm dealing with some internal trauma and I have not gone and got the healing that I need to be a better person for me. So I'm going to sit in this because at least I'm getting attention. At least he sometimes he good. Sometimes, so that hope of they say something good sometimes and they nice sometimes. It's that sometimes that is that seed that plants a little bit of hope. So you say, well, I'm going to sit in it. But here's what I tell you. And it was the best thing that I've ever done is go get help. And I talk about this a lot, whether it's a coach, a mentor, a therapist, get help because God positions people in places to help us kind of weed through some of the things that we've gone through. And sometimes if you think about our historical roots, we sweep stuff under the rug. We don't deal with it. We procrastinate talking about it. All that does is build up and up and up and up. And at some point, you're doing a dissatisfaction to yourself. So I would say if you have daddy issues, if you have mommy issues, if you have whatever issues, and we all have them. We all have them. I ask you, I plead with you to get some help. Because at the end of the day, you want to be a better version of yourself, whether you are a wife, a husband, a father, a mother, whatever that looks like. You want to be the best that you can be, don't you? Don't you want to be the best version of yourself that you can be? So in order to do that, you got to get help. You got to swallow that pride and say, you know what? I'm going to go. Find you a Christian therapist and say, you know what? I want to connect because I'm dealing with some things that I've been dealing with and covering up for years and years and years. And I need some help. And when I tell you, once I started working on me, doing that internal work, Let me tell you, try it now.
Mhm.
I'm a different person, whole different person. I have very little tolerance for BS, is what I'll say. I have very little tolerance for foolery. I just don't, because I'm not going to accept less than what I deserve. I'm not going to, I say this all the time, I ain't taking your scraps and your leftovers. You give me the whole package and you can keep it all to yourself or to whoever else you want to give it to. You got to get to a point where you don't just accept whatever somebody going to throw at you. You can't just feel like, oh, at least they chose me. Oh, I feel so special. Please. I feel special without it. I'm sorry. Celia, thank you for joining us. She said she gotta get off of here and finish her work, but thank you for just blessing us with your presence. Love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Jay.
I would say, going back to the fear, which is a part of procrastination,
Mm,
beware of those. Get to know who you're dealing with.
yeah.
Beware of those people that have been hurt, have been treated a certain way in their lives. Because sometimes what happens is they push rewind and they'll repeat. They repeat the behavior with someone else because they did get closure with the ones who did it to them. So now you're in a cycle of the rewind, repeat. And even though they didn't like it, even though it wasn't a good season in their lives, sometimes they don't even realize they're doing it to other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's almost as if somebody has to pay for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're conscious of it, sometimes they're not. But because there's unforgiveness and they still may be angry with it, that energy has to be released somehow.
Yes.
And it's released in the wrong place on the wrong people. So instead of getting closure or confronting, they commit the same acts with other people. And sometimes they even deny it.
Yeah.
But so to know what you're dealing with and understand what you're not going to deal with.
Yeah.
It's okay to make decisions and make choices that's better for you. But also make them aware of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Don't be so stuck in fear that you're afraid to speak up. And if they don't agree, separate yourself.
Amen.
And pray for them.
That's right.
And pray they understand it. Pray the light comes on someday, or God can give them some type of message or revelation or confirmation to let them know they're repeating something that wasn't pleasant to them. So there's so many reasons why we procrastinate. The fear of the unknown, of the uncertain, the fear of not being okay, the fear of I put in so much time with this person, I don't want to start over with somebody else, and it's just too much work. We tell ourselves so many different things to convince ourselves to keep living the way we're living.
Yeah.
And we open our eyes every morning, not realizing we open our eyes to a blessing of life, of opportunity, of possibility, of purpose, according to God's plan. But we can't even fulfill that purpose or continue in that purpose because we're stuck somewhere along the way.
I want to add to that because I when I was doing some, research on this, I wrote something down, and it was the cycle of abuse. So you got this tension, you got the explosion that happens, the apology, you got the honeymoon phase. And what happens is it creates a chemical addiction in your brain. It's like you get high, and some people know what I'm talking about. And that high feels so high after the lows that your brain gets hooked on that cycle. That's not weakness. It's called neuroscience. And it is something that you can break, but again, you need to maybe go get some help to identify what those things are. And the other thing is hope. That's the hardest one because hope is supposed to be a good thing, ain't it? It's supposed to be good. But hope without evidence is denial. Hope without change is delusional. If they have shown you over and over and over again,
Not only showing you, but told you.
if they have told you over and over and over again, believe them. Believe them, because they're telling you, they're showing you. You got evidence. You got evidence. And that is not something that is good.
I think one issue in relationships is when you first meet, you get to know people, and they share their story with you. And some stories are full of heartache, heartbreak, a bad upbringing. Daddy wasn't there, mama wasn't there. And because we care about this person, that compassion kicks in. And that compassion is connected to their story. So now, when it's time to make a move, when it's time to release, we think about when we first met them. And they told us that story, how they've been hurt and who wasn't there and what they had to go through. And that compassion connects with that. Now we feel bad about being the next person to cause the pain. Being the next person to give them another story of being hurt to tell. And we see them as somebody that's broken. Somebody just need to be loved a little bit more, a little more patience. Somebody that needs something so they can believe or know somebody cares about them. So we take all this energy on because of their story. And we try to take that part of their life and make it better for them while we're making our lives miserable because they're not ready. Well, they decided, they made a choice of what they want and don't want. There's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do with that. So we can't allow compassion and caring to cause us to commit to misery.
I think sometimes what I call it is we want to be somebody's savior. We want to save them because we may have experienced something good and we know what good looks like. So knowing that someone else has experienced something that wasn't so good, you want them to see that it can be good. So we start trying to save them.
I'm the good.
Yeah. But here's the kicker. We are not God. We are not the savior. And you gotta not have a God complex. And as humans, sometimes, truth be told, we got a God complex thinking we can save everybody due to that compassion. And some people are what they call empaths. They feel people and they start taking on. Y'all better stop taking on these people's spirits. Stop taking on these people's spirits. Because here's the thing. And I've seen this happen in relationships where someone will have this depression. And this new person that came on and they dating or whatever. And now both of them depressed. I'm like, what is going on? It's like it jumped on one person and jumped on the other. That happens. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And you're right, Tanika. God said there will be no other God before him, and we are not God. So we got to stop having that God complex like we can save everybody. Pray for them. Pray for them. And allow God to change them because he can do a thing. If you go to God and pray, y'all know, go to God and pray, he will shift some things. He can change some people, but that person got to also want it. They got to also want to change. And if they don't want to change, you can do this all day long. And to Andre's point, you sit in misery. You don't have to. But sometimes, I'm going to be honest, we choose to. And you're right. Demonic compassion is what I call it. Lord have mercy, demonic. Oh, Lord. It's idolatry. We start worshiping and wanting to, and that's true because, again, I've experienced that where this person becomes more important than God. You're trying to please them, and everything else don't even matter.
It becomes your mission.
It becomes your mission.
And your assignment.
Exactly.
That's all you want to focus
Exactly. So it does become idolatry. You're like worshiping this person that's treating you like crap.
Trying to fix them up. So to Mr. and Mrs. Good out there, take one of those O's out, step aside,
and let God.
And let God do.
Leave it to God. Pray for them and leave it to God. When you think about some things that you can do, right? If you're in a situation, you're trying to say, like, what do I need to do? Because breaking free, what Celia said, free yourself. Breaking free doesn't start with a moving truck, a new address. It starts with a decision. It starts with a shift. And it starts with the moment you choose yourself. And you say, I deserve better. And you got to stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need them to agree with you. You don't need them to understand why you leaving. You don't need to prove that it's bad enough, because people be like, it can't be that bad. Yeah, because they see one thing, but you home with something else. And like, that ain't bad. Here's the thing. If you're unhappy, that matters. If you're unsafe, that matters. You don't need anybody's permission to do something different with your life. And stop waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There's no perfect time. It's going to get messier, probably. You say another year, say another 5 years. If it has not changed by the time you done been with the person, it probably ain't going to change. And get real about what you are afraid of. We talked about fear, right? What are you afraid of? Write it down. Like, I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of I won't make it financially. Write this stuff down and put that in prayer. God, I need you to build up my finances. Listen, I'm calling not only myself to pray for myself. Some of us got to pray for ourselves, but I'm calling all the prayer warriors. I got a list of prayer requests that I need, because it's going to position me for that next move. And then again, if you're scared of being alone, find a support group. Reach back out to your family that you may have disconnected from, And the last one I'm going to say is, Andre, you said this. We're afraid that nobody don't want us. I think that starts with self, right? It starts with self. And because we have probably tolerated being in a toxic relationship, we think this is the best that we can do. So, the best thing, and I'll go and experience when Andre and I, it was the point where we split up, the best thing I could have done was be by myself with God. Because I then opened up space, created space for God to work in me. It was just me and him. And I'm like, God, I don't feel this. I got 3 kids. I don't think I can do this by myself. Don't nobody want me. This low. And being by myself, I had peace. I was able to heal. I was able to learn my worth. And here's the thing. You will attract what you deserve, not what you tolerate. Understand that. But in that season, God was working on me. It was the best thing ever to be by myself, alone with God, so that He can help me. And then open up to go get the help that I needed from a therapy perspective. Finding out who I was, peeling back those layers. What made me get to this point where I didn't even know who I was anymore? Sometimes we got to be by ourselves, and we scared to be by ourselves sometimes. We scared to do the work. But I tell you from experience, the best thing you can do for yourself is to heal from within, to know thyself, to work on thyself, and to know how worthy you are. And this is for both men and women, because all of us deal with some type of toxicity at one point or another. So sometimes it's okay to be by yourself.
Fear, I will say, always pray for wisdom.
Oh, yes.
Because sometimes leaving is a high price to pay.
And
I'm speaking of those who don't make it out. It's unfortunate.
Amen.
It's unfortunate that one or the other is so traumatized and damaged to the point where they suffer so deeply from separation anxiety. Mama left, daddy left, my children don't talk to me. Now there's you. Now you want to leave. That's the last step. You're not leaving.
Yeah.
So always use wisdom.
Yes.
Always make sure you're okay. Always look at your situation for what it truly is. Don't ignore signs. Don't just think over the words you hear.
Yes. Yes.
Don't think you're just going to be over there just talking. Know the person you're with.
Yeah.
Know when they're serious.
Yeah.
And seek the proper help.
Yeah.
And do what you need to do to make sure you're safe, so you can make it out safely.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes leaving is not always easy. We can look from the outside and say that. But when there's physical abuse, when there's fear, when there's threats, when there's a knowing in your heart, this person will do what they say, it will make you free.
Yeah.
But you have to take precautionary measures and make the proper steps.
Yeah.
To make sure you or your children, if you haven't, or anyone else, it could be an elderly person living with you, it could be your mom and your dad, to make sure everybody is okay in the end. So don't just get an attitude, I'm leaving anyway. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens. No, don't take that attitude.
Yeah.
Always pray and ask God for wisdom and make sure everybody and everything turns out the way that it needs to.
I also want to say that sometimes people think abuse is just physical. It's not. It's emotional. It's verbal. It's financial. It's sexual. When you are forced to have sex. It's isolation. It's manipulation. It's gaslighting. Control. Making you question the reality of what's happening. It's what you just said. Controlled. Being degraded, being threatened, made to feel like you are worthless. That is abuse. And here's what breaking free really looks like. It's going to be messy. It's not a straight line. You might leave and you might come back. You might doubt yourself 100 times. You might feel guilty, scared, lonely. That's all a part of it. But it's still worth it. And every day that you choose yourself is a day that you get a little bit of you back. Your peace, your joy, your ability to breathe without monitoring somebody else's mood. Oh, my God. The freedom, right? And let me tell you something. There's something on that other side of the journey, because I can testify to it. There is laughter that comes from, I don't have to be quiet. I'm going to be as loud as I want to be. There is sleep that is not interrupted by anxiety. There's a version of yourself that exists without the weight of somebody else's dysfunction on your shoulders. Woo! And guess what? That person on the other side just waiting. They're waiting for you to come back. But you gotta be willing to choose the possibility of yourself instead of the possibility of them. You gotta move. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. What you got something to close us out? I'm done.
Yeah, I just close with there's a lot of opportunity and possibility in this world. And when you only choose to experience one aspect of it, and you're not going anywhere, you're not growing, life is not flowing, it's an indication that there's something else out there. There's someone else out there. Machiko, thank you for joining. Tanika and Ashley and Celia and everyone else. Thank you all so much. And we're not saying in any way that relationships aren't difficult. We're not saying in any way, don't try, don't pray, don't make amends. We're saying, you know what you know when you know it. Don't ignore. Don't stay in it.
That's right.
Don't waste time. Because you have purpose.
That's right.
And I always say this, you have purpose. Every day you can open your eyes. And God blesses you to not only wake up, but to get up.
That's right.
You don't have an oxygen tank. You don't have a wheelchair. You don't have crutches. And even those who do have those still have purpose. But what I'm saying is, if you're independent of those things, you can move freely and you're still healthy and strong and your mind is right. It's a blessing every single day.
Yeah.
Don't waste it.
Yeah.
Thinking, overthinking, holding things in, letting pressure build up on the inside. Do something different.
Yeah.
So you can experience something different.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
All right. Well, that's all we got today. If this message touched you, or you know somebody that could, benefit from listening to it, please share it with them. We come on and we talk about our experiences and the things that we've gone through. We don't know everything, but we do know some things, and we want to share those with you. So it's our experiences, but we love that you all come in and join us and share your thoughts, because that's what makes this interactive. So we appreciate you coming on and sitting in this time with us on this live. And we ask that you follow us on our social media channels. If there is something that you would like us to talk about, you can always email us at anoconnect@gmail.com, and we will take that in. But we will continue to do our procrastination series. We will be back after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving next week, we'll be back the first week of December. So thank you so much for joining us. Until next time.
We love you all. God bless.
Thank you for tuning in.
When words were hard to find.